Hi, this is Richard. Welcome back to another Photoshop tip. This time we're going to learn how to create dramatic black and white portraits. So I have here a color portrait of someone. You can see I've cleverly entitled the layer Man to aptly describe the subject. And I want to show you two ways actually to do the black and white. The first way, we're going to do it non-destructively here. I'm going to select this little half moon and choose black and white. There we go. So I have a black and white adjustment layer, and this is non-destructive. You can see we haven't changed any of the original pixels, and we can easily remove that and put it back. And then I can choose a preset if I want. Like here's one that's called darker, and here's one that's a green filter, or a high contrast blue filter. That's a little too dark. So let me go back up here to this one that's called darker for a moment. And then we can adjust the reds and yellows and so forth to create the right level of a dramatic look that we're going for. So some blues and cyans, and we can do all the adjustment that we want to get just the right black and white. So that's an easy way of doing black and white that is included with Photoshop. But let's say that you want even more options for your black and white, and you're willing to spend just a little bit of extra money. Well, then you can use the Nick filters. That's spelled N-I-K, Nick, as in I have a nick in my face. And those Nick filters will let you do some really cool black and whites, and that's really how a lot of the pros do their black and whites, to be honest with you. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit Command-J to duplicate that layer. We'll call this one BW for black and white. And I do have this as a smart object, by the way, so it lets me later make adjustments to the filter settings. I'm going to go up here to Filter and go down to the Nick collection and choose Silver FX Pro 2. And like I said, this is how a lot of the pros do their black and whites because it's so powerful. And you can see it has a preset library that lets me choose between all sorts of different looks here. Let me see if I can stretch this out a little bit. No, it's not going to let me. It's okay. So there's, like, for example, full dynamic, full spectrum. You see that changes the look there. Here's a fine art look. Here's one that's full contrast, soft sepia. Here's a dark sepia. So here's one that's called Cool Tones. And maybe I'm going for this dark sepia look over here. I don't know. Soft sepia, maybe. And then if we look over here on the right, I have all sorts of settings where I can customize the look even further. And if I want to go for a specific film type, like I want it to look like it was taken on a specific type of film, I have all of these options over here. And you can see that I can make it look like it was taken on AFCA APX 400. Or I can make it look like it was taken on Kodak 100 T-Max Pro. So just by changing the film type, I get an even different kind of look to the image. So I went with the Kodak 100 T-Max Pro, and then I can adjust what the colors, similar to what you saw me doing in the previous approach to black and white. And I have toning. I can choose different kinds of toning to the picture here. There's kind of a coffee look to it. And then I can even go with burnt edges if I want, a bit like that for some extra drama. Hit OK, and it's applying the effect. There we go. So that's how easy it is there to create a dramatic look with Silver FX Pro from the Nick collection. So, and then of course I can adjust the opacity of this layer if I want. I can bring this down a little bit for just kind of a intense desaturated look, a little bit like that. To bring it up all the way. If I really wanted to do something weird, I could do some selective color and make it just his eyes in color. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But by making it, by the way, by applying it as a smart filter, it makes it much easier for me to go in and make changes later. So I just wanted to keep that in mind. But let's see, if I select this smart filter right here, and I'm going to hit Option Delete, and you notice it fills the smart filter with black to make it so you see through to the color layer right there. Or I can, if I hit Command Z to undo that, now because it's all white, it's hiding the layer underneath, and we're back to the black and white. Well, let's say I want to make his eyes be the only thing in color. What I can do is zoom in with Command plus plus there, and hit B for brush. And I'm going to be painting in black. As you can see, that's my main color there, chosen color. And I'm just going to paint over the eyes like this. Now, selective color is a style that is not currently in vogue, so let me just give you that warning. Selective color has a lot of people who are against it, a lot of folks who are not fans, so I don't recommend doing this in your photos if you want them to look like they were done in 2019. But if you just occasionally there's selective color that's tastefully done, but it was way overdone when it was in its heyday. So I think a lot of people just got tired of it and it went out of style. But let me hit Command 0. There we go. Now you see only his eyes are in color. Doesn't look good in my opinion here. So what we'll do is we'll just go back to the select the filter here, and I'm going to hit let's see, Command Delete, and that filled that layer with white. So that now the selective color is gone. His eyes are back to normal here. But anyway, that is just a couple of techniques you can use to create black and white images. I do recommend the Silver Efex Pro. I bought it myself, and I think it's a really good filter to use. But like I said, you can use the black and white adjustment layer if you don't have Silver Efex Pro. Both techniques work really well. Thank you. This is Richard. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up if you found this video useful. Thank you.